I saw this, like, this is like my size garage, bro. I'm like, we're gonna do some coilovers today and shit.
What that translates to is, welcome back, you guys. We bought the cheapest fucking coilovers that you can buy on eBay, and here they are. Max
Speeding rods.
Max.
It's supposed to be max speeding rods.
Max speeding rods. And this is what you get. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
Dude, come on.
Alright. So, they actually don't look that bad. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty surprised by. They look okay. They don't look great. We've had BC coils, we've had Megan coils, you know, we've had Bilstein coils before in the past. And these definitely don't look as good. The packaging definitely isn't as nice. But for $200 on eBay, like, you know, like, what more are you gonna ask for?
They're very heavy.
They're very heavy. You can't dampen them, but you know, I can't imagine they'd be really good for daily. But I think for our cheap little drift car, I think they're gonna do just right.
I mean, they have height adjustability and they have spring rate adjustability. That's basically all we were asking for, and they have, you know, camber adjustment. So I mean, that's basically all we needed. They have this really nice screw right here that I don't know what it does. Oh, this is for the ABS sensor. Yeah, it's for the wire for the ABS sensor. So it has that. They thought ahead. They did their research on the E36 chassis, obviously.
It seems like it's gonna sit a little low, a little lower than maybe I would have liked, but you know, can't really ask for a lot.
They're orange, which is
gold. I like to say gold or orange. They're like the color, same color as my wheels on the Genesis. So
orange.
I say gold.
Yeah,
viral challenge for you guys: gold or orange? Gold or orange?
All right. Well, they have like. How does this? Spring perches. Well, I know they're spring perches. I just don't know how they want us to install these. Anyway,
we'll figure it out.
They have spring perches, bushings. They have some springs, which I have no idea what the spring rate on these is.
Low. That's the spring rate on these.
That's probably what it is. And then just a basic height adjustable rear shock that is literally just a height adjustable rear shock. It's like you'd probably be better off buying like Munros from like fucking Pep Boys.
I'm gonna trash the shit. I'm gonna trash these things.
But yeah, they're pretty cool. I mean, for $200.
You know, the hardest thing about installing these is gonna be for me not to cuss, I think. But besides that, I think we'll be good.
Honestly, I'm just gonna slam the shit out of the car.
Don't slam it, come on. I need some fucking drivability here.
Nah, we'll see. Anyway,
right,
we're gonna get to pulling off the old suspension right now, and we're gonna be installing, I think we'll start with the fronts, and then we'll do the rears, since honestly, I'm not looking forward to the rears. I hate the BMW separate spring and shock setup that they have. But Bilsteins make a true coilover for the rear.
I can't afford
speeding rod does not. So.
Can't afford Bilsteins.
Anyway, we're gonna get started. On Mad Science Garage, bro.
On Mad Science Garage, bro.
Fucking hang loose, bro.
Hang loose with me, bro.
Alright.
Hang loose with me, bro. Alright, so now we're gonna have to remove the front suspension. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna have to remove 3 13 nuts on the top that hold the shock tower, and then you have to remove 3 18s on the bottom that hold the suspension together. And I'm gonna give you a close-up of all that right now. Yeah. So you're gonna have to remove these 3 13s right here on the shock tower. It's recommended that you do shock tower reinforcement plates, so that way that you don't crack it, because of the coilovers are gonna make the whole thing much stiffer.
Okay, then on the bottom of the coil you have 3 18 millimeters all throughout the spindle. You have one right here, one on the other side matching it, and then right here you have a bolt through nut on the very top, and then that's it. Everything's an 18 millimeter, and it's pretty easy to get out, and then you're good to go.
Alright guys, so we ended up also getting some different wheels instead of those god-awful ones for the E36. These are some Style 5s that we got for free, like we got the car for free. We're all about free shit, is what it is. And, you know, we're all broke as well, so. These are gonna look nice. Nicer than those, for sure. So, we got one coilover on, let's try to see what this looks like. Damn, Kim. You're a big baller shot caller now,
look
dude.
like a classy fucking broad.
You gotta be tucking some wheels,
No,
baby.
that's what I don't want. I don't want no tucking.
Bro, wait till we get your fucking angle kit, some E36 arms. This is about to pop out like another inch.
Oh god.
And then you're gonna have to just run dumb camber to clear the front fenders or roll the shit out of them. You have options though, and all of them require you
To get camber.
to be fuckboy.
Yeah?
Okay, Arson, you ready?
Yep.
Alright. Dude, you're not gonna rub shit.
This is how you do a
Hey,
rub
what's up,
test.
you guys? How you doing?
Dude, you're not gonna rub anything, bro. Plus, we'll roll them a little bit.
Oh God.
Alright, so we're done with the fronts right now. We're gonna start working on the rears, but I just wanted to show you guys what it looks like. We adjusted it only slightly, and this is the final result. So we got some good space, a little bit of negative camber, same look on the other side. And now we're gonna start on the rear of the car. What you wanna do is first unbolt these 2 bolts right there. Sorry about that. Let me show you with some lights. 2 bolts right there. They're 13s for a shock tower. And then
Oh, damn.
holding the shock, you got a 17 right here. Once you bolt those 2, you should be able to take the whole assembly apart. So now we have the stock shock out. You can tell it's much longer than this one right here. And it's hard to tell from the angle. But boom, right there. This is the adjustable one. We're gonna throw this one in. We're gonna get the springs out, and then we're gonna see what the car looks like in the rears. Hey guys, so obviously it's the next day. It got just a little too dark to show you guys anything. But the rear is pretty self-explanatory, and Vlad's gonna explain to you basically how everything was done at the end of it.
So all you gotta do to do the rears is you take off the 2 13s off the top, you take off the 17 that's holding it to the hub assembly on the bottom, and you can just pop out the shock. Once you pop out the shock, you put a little bit of pressure down and you can pull the spring out. The install is just a reverse, but it's a lot easier because since it is a coilover, it is a lot shorter, so you don't have to push down on the hub, on the rear trailing arms and push it down. You can just throw the spring in there, you use a jack, you pop it up, you throw the 2 13s off the top and then the 17 on the bottom, and then you can lower your jack. Then you go to the adjustability. Now, the shocks that we got, or the coilovers that we got, they're meant for
Super low.
to be super low. That's what they're meant for. They're meant to be really low, and we could have possibly pulled it off, but we have such a low offset on these Style 5s that we would just, I mean, we're already going to be rubbing, so this is what we could pull off now, and we want a little bit of functionality in the car. So we had to basically unthread the sleeve all the way down to the bottom, and we have about maybe an inch and a half of like thread still in there, so we felt like that was a safe amount to run, and we didn't want to go much more than that. But the car looks really good. It rides so far pretty nice. We haven't adjusted spring rate in the rear or anything like that. We kind of took it around the block, but it is looking good, and we'll give you a little bit of walk around right now.
Yeah, so just so you guys know, we left about 6 1/4 inch of the thread left, so that's what we went with, and you can see what it looks like now. You got the same wheel setup. That's what's gonna work for you. So here she is, the fronts. We're so happy with the fronts. I think the fronts are perfect. I couldn't complain on these 18-inch style 5s to 235, 45 all around. I could not be happier. The spring rate is nice. The fronts are perfect, even on the other side.
Alright guys, and then over at the front, we went with the full Hot Boy stance, and we went full camber adjustment, just so we could clear here. But yeah, it's maxed out. That's as much as it would go. I wanted to go more, but we can't, so.
Max speeding.
Max speeding camber.
Max speeding camber. We come back to the rear now. We haven't messed with camber or anything yet, and this is with the 6 1/2 or 6 1/4 that I was talking to you guys about. Looks good, but with anyone in the back, it's just gonna rub. See, I can barely get my finger in there without it touching.
Okay, so we're kind of rubbing a little bit, I guess.
Sorry, it's literally smoking. Hey, so as I was saying, these are the rears, and I just wanted to show you the threads that we left exposed. So if you measure from the first thread, we're looking at 6 1/4 of thread seen, and that's the height that we chose to go with, and that's what's giving us the right height that we like right now.
There's about, including the collar, there's about maybe an 1 1/4, 1.5 inches of sleeves still in here, which is kind of pushing it, but it'll work.
Probably gonna need to roll the fenders, but you know, it's looking okay. It's coming together. Finally looks like a car again. Alright everybody, now that we have everything bolted up, the car's sitting looking good, we're gonna take it for a drive around the block, see if we can hear any noise, see what kind of ride quality we get, and just kind of see what we did and how we like them. So let's get it going. Rubbing.
Oh yeah, she's gonna rub as fuck.
Okay, so we're kind of rubbing a little bit, I guess.
Sorry, it's literally smoking.
Fourth is hard to find with the shifter. It handles really good.
Yeah, it feels solid.
The coilovers are actually kind of nice.
Yeah, I actually kind of like them.
Honestly, not too much rub.
Yeah,
That's like 3 people in the car.
Yeah. We get a little bit of rub and dope out.
Yeah, let's see. It works, kind of. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna. It's like I can't get it to fucking yank hard enough. No power steering.
I guess the true test is a burnout with these coils. Same much rubbing.
Open diff, boy.
All right.
So I guess the main takeaway here is that you know, they're great. They're actually pretty great coilovers. They're not that uncomfortable. We did take it, you know, for a drive around the block. You know, got on it a little bit. Did some hard shifts. You know, a few little hard turns. Nothing major. We didn't really put it to the test yet. But it's not that bad. It's a little uncomfortable, but they're $200 coilovers, so you know, what are you gonna do? I just want to say that you're gonna have to do some adjusting depending on what your wheel size. If you're running 17s, you're gonna have to really do some adjusting. If you're on 15s, like the factory wheels that come on these are probably 15s, man, you probably just throw that thing on. It'll just be low. Like if you just want to go for that look, like, you're good. But you know, if you want to run anything like 16, 17s, there's gonna be some adjusting that needs to be made. Personally, for the back, we're probably gonna try to tighten up the spring rate so she's not as like jumpy in the back. It's probably gonna make the ride a little more uncomfortable, but that's what I need to clear these for now. Maybe later I'll get some smaller tires. Maybe we'll add a little camber. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's one of our first, so please be sure to let us know what we can improve on. You know, camera presence, you know, mods, like, you know, how more detail, less detail, you know, just let us know. We'd be happy to hear from you guys, and we hope you enjoy watching all of our videos. Thank you.